Hello everybody, welcome into Saturday night, November 2nd. Unlike a video I shot earlier today where I said it was November 3rd. Okay, come on, catch up with me, YouTube. Let's go. My goodness, I give up. And it looks like my camera is... Come on, Zoom, catch up with me. Well, that's tonight's show. Thanks everybody for being here.
Must have been all that salad you ate.
I had shrimp, too.
Yeah, that shrimp looked good.
John Williams said goodbye,
It was
Ken.
good, except it wasn't peeled, and I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be peeled. Then I understood why
Tony Wallow said normaloo.
We ate it peeling to no, Alex. Yes, of course.
Was it a buffet style place?
No, they bring out a big... It was kind of interesting. I should have taken a picture of what they brought out. They bring out this big round, probably that big around, and it's got an air bubble. It's actually heated in it, and it bubbles up. And then they say, "Oh, here's your food," and they pop it with the knife, and then they peel back the plastic, and there's your dinner.
When it's being served like that, I'm surprised the shrimp weren't peeled.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
A buffet, oftentimes, they aren't.
Yeah. I wanted to get scallops, but the scallops were a little pricey. So we opted not to do that. I did get a bowl of clam chowder and a salad, and they were both pretty good, actually. I
had a huge hamburger and a salad at the bar we went to for the game.
Yeah, EL is not going to work. I did away with all Halloween stuff. However, if you try exclamation TG, that should take the place of exclamation EL. I don't want to move the microphone. The microphone looks like it got moved, but it sounds like it's okay. That's a conundrum. It sounds like it's okay. Okay. EL doesn't work. EL's been, remember, EL was a Halloween. Halloween got put into a group and it got disabled.
So let's go.
Someone try exclamation.
Ran Israel said,
Tango
just cough.
Golf
You're in friendly territory.
TG.
Yeah, I know, but not with new people. New people kind of watch the show.
Right now,
people
so
get irritated with that.
I don't know if it'll stack up or not.
Hearing somebody clear their throat over and over and over.
I guess.
And it's just not good form.
And I don't have any audio anywhere because obviously I don't want to have the echoing that would be going on. This is K still works. So apparently TG worked for me when I tested it. Apparently it's not going to work now. Or if it is, I'm not hearing it. I don't know. Because I was rushed.
John Williams said hello, Greg
at
Guy.
least we may have taken over Doug's show, but at least we stayed on one of his topics that he had on his lists. And that's the rabbit hole he wanted to go down, so he didn't have to say.
So you were talking about Microsoft's encryption?
Bitlocker.
We were talking about the Bitlocker,
Yeah.
Actually,
One Fish 26 said TG is working.
The device encryption that comes pre-enabled.
Well, now it depends whether you have Home or Pro, right?
Right.
Let me just ask one quick question here, and then I'll shut up about the encryption thing. Is there any way in either of those that you can just elect to encrypt a certain directory or a certain set of files and not the rest of the disk?
You can elect to only encrypt one partition. If you only want to encrypt the C drive, but you don't want to encrypt another partition on your...
Yeah.
But I don't know about...
Yeah, I'm using an open source encryption package, VeraCrypt.
But as far as I understand it, BitLocker is specifically designed to encrypt at least your C drive.
Okay.
If not your whole drive, if you've got multiple partitions on.
Yeah, what I've done, you make a file that it just looks like a binary file. It's actually an encrypted drive with VeraCrypt. And once you open it up, you can move stuff into it. I keep my credit card and bank stuff in that. but I don't encrypt the rest of my files, and so that I don't have that overhead. All right, thank you. Answered the question.
I don't have anything on the agenda. I don't do topics. I'm truly live and unrestricted and unplanned and unrehearsed and all them other things. 13 people are watching. I have no idea how many likes there are.
We have had
6.
Let me see. All right, well, 3 now after I did it.
I did it.
I didn't refresh.
Sam was saying
there's a
6.
picture of
Yeah,
Doug
that's what
Doug.
I'm afraid to do is refresh it. So
we went
I'm not
quite a
worried.
while over here in Arkansas without any rain, and tomorrow is like a 50% chance of rain. I'm hoping it don't keep me away from the concert, because it don't start until about the time I need to leave for the.
Yeah,
But
I refreshed.
Are you driving your wheelchair on the road to the concert?
Probably not.
Then why would it matter if it rains or not? Wait, hang on. Is the concert outdoors?
No.
Then why would it matter if it rains or not? You're going to get in your van. You're going to drive to the concert. You're going to get out of your van. You're going to go into the church. You're going to have the concert. So it can rain. Are you afraid if you get a drop of rain on, you might melt?
No, I'm not. But my.
Rich like that one.
But it's my mom and dad, you know, the rain keeps them away, and I have to.
I
Are
refreshed
we
the
talking?
page.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Take me.
I refreshed the page, and you got 12 likes now.
Yeah, that's way over 50%. I got 15 people watching now. That's great.
But when I refreshed it, boom, an ad came instantly.
That's good. That's going to give me a whole third of a cent. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, memberships are not working apparently right now because I was refunded what Mrs. K did the other night. Today, I got an email saying it had been refunded. And I did confirm with Tony Wallow. He also got refunded for what he was attempting to do. So
Well, but now wasn't he successful on another channel though?
I don't know if he was successful on another channel on multiples or singular or not.
Okay.
And I don't think even the 5 that I gifted last night went through because I just think that it's messed up. Now I don't know if it's just my channel or across the board. I'm subscribed. I'm a member of one channel, and I haven't. The only thing I seen was the thing that identifies how long you've been a member. It reverted back to like the beginning. I also noticed mine has reverted back to the beginning as well. Tony's a member, John's a William, and I see that their little icon has reverted back to the beginning. So I have no idea. And to the best of my knowledge, I have not done anything with memberships as far as turning them off and turning them on. I turned them on and I've left them. Long Dog is in chat talking about Bitlocker.
2-month badge right now.
You should have, yeah. You should have.
Well,
at least a 2, if not a 3. That's the other weird thing.
It doesn't show a 3-month yet.
Yeah, it goes 1, 2, 3, and then it jumps up to 6. It's kind of weird.
No, I'm going to try to get there.
I thought what you just said when you said it reverted, I thought you meant the badges.
I think it did. Hello, Dobie Tech. Dobie Tech joins us in chat.
All right. Well, anyway, I've got the 2-month badge. I see a whole.
John has found a new toy. John is like a kid in a candy shop. He's like, I got a new toy here. Yeah, I'm going to work on some speaker bot things. I think we have rain predicted for, Tuesday. I am playing golf at 0900 in the morning. And I really need to get my head looked at as to why I volunteered to do that.
Let me ask you a dumb question here. Underneath the badges, when you go to the perks page, it's a custom emoji to use in comments and live chat. How do you select one of those?
In the chat,
John Williams
if you go
said
to chat
me
and
too.
click on the emoji, then it'll say Ken Style Live, and right now there are 5. A left hammer, a right hammer, the confetti, a pumpkin, and I don't even know what this one is. Let's see what this one is.
Okay, I'm only seeing that on your perks page where you click on the perks.
One
thing.
fish 26 said, "Don't you just hate it when your cat wakes you up like this?" Meow, meow, meow,
So if I
meow,
click on the
meow,
emoji
meow,
thing.
meow, meow,
Oh, okay.
meow,
All right.
meow, meow,
Meow.
meow, meow,
Okay.
meow, 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 meow,
For some
meow,
reason, I
meow.
had.
That sounds Vietnamese to me. My cat never wakes me up like that because, oh wait, I don't have a cat. And if the fish ever start waking me up like that,
Dobie Tech said,
we've
oh
got a
boy, that
problem.
text-to-speech thing has such annoying potential.
Well, if you had enough fish, you could then
Dobie
have.
Tech, you have no
Wait.
idea.
Good morning. It is 8:15.
But it's okay. I mean, we are the Jerry Seinfeld of YouTube. We have no path. We have no topics. We just do what we're going to do, which is 30 minutes of
The
or
The,
meow, meow.
the door. I say on the
Dobie Tech said, "Good morning. It is 8:59.
at the
Good
concert
morning.
tomorrow
It is
at
8:59.
You got
Good morning.
interrupted. There
It
was
is
a couple
8:59.
people talking.
Good
Let the
morning.
speaker
It is
box.
8:59. Good morning. It is 8:59.
We need to put that on Doug's. We need to somehow sneak that into Doug so that when he says good morning, it's whatever time it is. So, what were you saying, Alex?
I
About
was just saying that I'm going to try to get there. They're supposed to start letting people in for the concert tomorrow about 5 o'clock. So I'm going to try to get there about 5 o'clock because it's a really big
John Williams
really
said,
big
ha 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 ha.
building, and there's probably going to be a ton of people there because it's a really big, well-known group.
okay.
Known nationwide, so there's probably going to be quite a few people there. So I'm going to try to get there.
Is there a special place you can park your chair at?
Usually with these church concerts, I can park wherever. And there's only been one exception to the rule. One time I went to one of these
Dobie
big
Tech said, bah ha 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 ha
concerts
ha
like
ha
this,
ha
and
ha
they
ha ha
actually
ha ha ha
there was
ha
people and they actually told me where to park. But most of the time, you can park wherever.
Yeah, I just didn't know if
As early as
they had a spot that was, say, maybe easier to get in and out of or something for you. All right. Oh,
How old is that church? Just out of curiosity.
it's been there as long as I've lived in this town, and we actually went to that church before when we first moved here, back when I was 6 years old, before we moved to the other church that we were at for 20 years.
All right.
So
I've been there a
I
while,
don't know if they've remodeled or anything since, so I wouldn't know.
Just
okay,
one.
I have another host question.
Go ahead.
If this is the Seinfeld of YouTube, who is Elaine in this Seinfeld?
Well, I'm working on getting us an Elaine, and right now Elaine is
It's
in there
me or
watching
Ditto.
Korean TV.
It's
I don't
me or
think you
Ditto.
know who Elaine is.
Like Elaine.
Alex,
No.
do you know who Elaine is?
A woman.
Well, that surprises me you knew that, because when...
A very good-looking woman. So that lets out you and Ghetto.
Yeah, not to mention that she's
Wrong
female and you're
kid.
both male. So, anyway. Yep, it's gone. I turned it off. Correct. I that's enough. I have my Doug moment where I just, you know what? Just turn it off for tonight.
I think I've heard of that name before. That place you went, Juicy Seafood, but I've never eaten there.
Yeah, considering it's a local Indianapolis only restaurant, I doubt you've ever eaten there.
So it was not a chain?
As far as I know, it's not.
Okay.
I knew years ago, sorry to interrupt you, Alex. I knew years ago it was a Ponderosa, and I've actually eaten in that Ponderosa. Then I know Ponderosa shut down, and it turned into a seafood buffet, which in itself just sounds horrible to me. And my mom raved about it. My mom was like, "Oh, you got to get there. And you remember where the Ponderosa was?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know exactly where that's at." Well, it's no longer a buffet. It's now this. Man,
What's the name
it was
again? The Juicy something?
the Juicy Seafood Restaurant and
Oh, okay.
Bar.
Huh.
And my hat was off to the hostess because you check in and she says, "How many people?" And you tell her. No name, no nothing, just how many people. And then she says, "Go, if you're, yeah, sorry, John, if you're a party of 3 or more, you went to the right-hand side. If you're a party of 2 or under, two or under, you went to the right-hand side." And I kid you not, she did not lose track of where people were as far as them coming in to the hostess thing. It was impressive. She was very impressive. The service was really good. We were impressed with that. And we got a trainee tonight. But I thought she did quite well. I mean, she came up and she says, "Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm going to be your waitress, but I am a..." Now, wait a minute. How did that work with SpeakerBot not working? I restarted StreamerBot, but I did not restart SpeakerBot. I thought the two had to work.
That's just a sound clip. That's a sound clip, Ken.
Coming from OBS, right?
Yes, or wherever you have
okay.
it set up.
Now, when I
think you have
Googled
it set
that
up in
name, Ken, I
StreamerBot.
get some locations here in Vegas, but it's for hot and juicy coffee. So it's not Googling exactly right. But it did have one thing to search for which said Indianapolis after that name. So
Yeah, we heard about it, and then Lorna called her friend and said, "Where is it?" By the time she had called her friend, now that's not live because it went away. Now it should be. Now why is it still not live? Oh, it's not going to show up in chat because StreamerBot's not working. Now I'm confused. How is the Jokester thing showing up? I guess because it's an OBS function too?
Yeah, it's not the sound. Anything that is not... If you turned off SpeakerBot, then...
I closed them. I shut them both down, actually. I shut down Streamer first, and I shut down SpeakerBot second. And now I've refired them both to be functional all the way around. But it was always my understanding that you had to have one to have the other. Which apparently
You have to have StreamerBot running in order for SpeakerBot to work correct.
Okay. But not vice versa.
Not vice versa.
Alex drops us a link for the Juicy Seafood. Where's this at, Alex?
Little Rock.
So maybe it is nationwide. Is it the
It
same?
may be.
Is it the same?
It may be a different thing. I don't know. I just knew I had heard the name
the
Juicy
icon
Seafood
looks
from
like
somewhere.
a crab. I'm trying to look at the icon above the door there in my picture. It's like 12 miles away from our house. That was about my only drawback to it. I was like, no, I don't really want to go there. And of course, the Hey Siri directions took us through Cincinnati to go to the east side of Indianapolis. It was ridiculous. Even Mrs. K was like, well, we could have cut through the city and gotten here quicker. And she was right. I mean, when we came home, ironically, I used to live right behind that restaurant back in the 90s. I had a 3-bedroom house there, and I drove her by there and we showed her there. Plus, we looked at some Halloween stuff that's still up. And then we weaved our way through the neighborhood, and then we got back on literally 2 streets from where we live, straight across up to the main road and over to our house. So, yeah, I get it. I get the SpeakerBot. It's no big deal. Just there for a brief moment, it got to be a little bit annoying. So I shut them down for a second. John is saying his pork chops were delicious. I actually want to grill one more time this year before it gets too cold to grill. But I haven't done that yet. Tony says, all right already. Yes. We had shrimp. We had shrimp and a little I don't know, 4-inch piece of corn on the cob that was Cajun style. I did not eat any of the corn because of the sugar content in corn. And 3 little pool ball size potatoes. And I did eat 1 potato. Man, it was good. The juice that stuff came in, it was good. It was really good. The clam chowder was okay. Wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. And the salad was just a salad. So, but it was pricey. Coming home, we passed a Red Lobster, and I told Mrs. K, I said, we should have just went to Red Lobster. It probably would have been a little bit better food. It might have been a little bit more costly, too. What are the clocks on the left and the right for? The clocks on the left and the right are to identify the homies and the time zones that they live in. So if you ever join the Zoom homies by sending an email to the address case.z00m@gmail.com, you will get to know us. We'll get to know you. We'll find out your time zone. And if you're in an existing time zone, then I will add your picture, or if you don't want your picture, into it. Or you can replace the DBT time, which is Doug Betts time, which we all know is just that. Someone tell me that time zone and you'll win the prize.
Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Daylight Time.
It's not. It's not, Alex. Doug Betts time, the clock on the left-hand side on the very bottom, it says DBT, is not Pacific. If you look over on the right-hand side, PDT, Pacific Daylight Time, says 7:21. If you look over on DBT, it says 3:21. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for the $1.99 Super Chat contribution to the channel. I appreciate that. I for one am not worried about the clocks changing, because almost all of my clocks, with the exception of just two or three, are digital and will automatically change. Speaking of clocks changing, doesn't that take place today at 0200 or tomorrow at 0200?
Yes. Yes.
That's what I thought.
So
am I technically? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be an hour late playing golf now, because they said 9 o'clock, but is that 9 o'clock on Saturday's time, or is that going to be on 9 o'clock on Sunday's time when we fall back?
Just set your alarm for 9
It'll
o'clock.
be the same time that
handle it.
it'll be at that time. It'll be 9 a.m.
I'll send him an email here in a minute and ask him. No, I know corn is not 100% bad, Long Dog. It's like everything else, moderation. Like you said, moderation. Baked potatoes aren't bad in moderation. If you don't eat 5 baked potatoes that are this big around every other day of the week.
I watched a guy. There's a guy that I watch that does food challenges. One of several that I watch that does food challenges. He was in Kansas, and at this restaurant, I don't remember the name of it.
One fish chubby said goodbye, Ken.
The challenge was a 75-ounce steak, top sirloin, a big old salad, a big old roll, and a big old baked potato. And if you ate it all within an hour, you got like $100 and got it for free, and a few other things.
Right, and that's the big catch with those things. Everybody thinks it's so easy, but they don't realize that you've got a big 72-ounce steak, plus a salad, plus baked potato or french fries, plus a drink, plus this, which is nearly impossible to do. If it's just a steak alone, yeah, you might be able to swing that. But when you combine everything else, no, you can't do it.
The guy that did it was actually the first person ever to do it. They've had 19 other people do it. He was the 20th person to do it, and he did it. But people like that are used to doing. That's what they do. They're used to doing those.
So you kind of contradicted yourself there, if I heard you correctly. You said the guy that did it was the first person to ever do it, but there were 19 people before him that did it. How could he be the first
to ever complete it?
Oh, so 19 people failed in front of him? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's not what you said.
People
but okay.
failed.
Now I got it. I understand.
He was the first person to win.
Adobe Tech says, to be honest, I genuinely have no clue how. Do you follow Kerry Holzman? If you follow Carrie, you may have migrated to Doug's through that. And then you probably, through osmosis, came from Doug's to this channel, which I do appreciate, by the way. Thank you very much. He actually doesn't follow Carrie. Okay, we're not going to hold that against you. In all seriousness, if you'd like to get on the after stream Zoom panel, here's the email. Send me an email. I'll get you the credentials. We'll get you on. You don't have to have a camera. It does help to have a microphone. And if you have a camera, if you have a camera and don't want to show your camera, all you have to do is turn your video off, and it will show whatever your icon is. And if you don't have an account, it'll show, I believe, your letter in the background, I think. Been a while since I've done that. Or if you don't want to show your camera, you can actually right click on your picture and show your avatar, which we all played in April Fools on Doug a while back, and we all tried to make the Doug Betts avatar. That was last year.
John Williams said subscribe, subscribe.
Yeah, that still worked. Now subscribe. I don't think it'll show up after the confetti. Or will it? No, it didn't. So
here's another copy of the Doug Betts avatar. You can see we all
added our little things to them. Yeah, and I unfortunately couldn't get there that day on time, which was fine. No problem with that.
I'll never forget when you played that April Fools on me. Had me kicked out. Had me thinking, y'all didn't want me.
That's why it's called April Fools. How late am I to the party? Doug I've been around since 2021. I started March 7th. That was March 7th, 2021 was my first live stream. I'd like to think I've kind of came a long way since then, although there are those that would debate that. I think I'm well over 22 or 2,300 videos between the live streams, the uploads, and the shorts that my wife wants me to keep doing. I do have a short to upload later tonight. Mrs. K playing golf. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's horrible, but I am gonna upload it. Oh look, somebody found the dinosaur. I forgot that was in there. That's some of my better Da Vinci work. If I do, good Dougie, good boy. Yeah, Jeff.
Being old, I don't remember when I started watching your channel.
I used to keep
most
track.
Of the homies doing.
I really did used to keep track of things, and I kind of lost track of keeping track, if that makes any sense.
I think it had to be sometime.
John Williams said goodbye, Ken.
I like that one, Sam. Do you what, Jeff?
I think it had to be in 2021 sometime. Because you guys were very supportive of me when my wife died in April 2022. For which I am still.
That's when that's when most of us jumped here because that's when I started watching.
That's a long time ago now.
That's when I started watching Doug, and that's when Josh. I remember the first time I was on Doug's Zoom was when Josh was talking about trying to keep that wedding present laptop he got. We were gonna try to keep it until like
John Williams said goodnight, Alex.
Speaking of that, I need to maybe go a little bit of overtime tonight because I want to try something here. This will probably go horribly wrong. Maybe I won't do it tonight. I don't know. I do want to keep that tab there.
Dobie Tech said the chat box is bad. Troll face.
Okay, I do have this. Now the question is, can I show this?
Dobie Tech said I made 2 typos in 1 sentence.
Yeah, typos are completely allowed here because I can't spell, so it'd be rather rude of me to be judgmental of someone that makes a typo. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to make something work on. All right, I'm drawing a complete blank right now.
John Williams said goodbye, Ken.
Hang on, John. Don't go anywhere just yet. I want to show something here just for tonight. This is in the works. This is in the planning. This is something that'll be coming up here. Let's see if this is it. That's apparently not it unless we're back to the... Yes, there we go. Now, Zoom... Now, why didn't that go away? Okay. It did go away. All right, so you guys can't see this because I'm showing... Let me share my screen.
Dobie Tech said, according to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground.
Right. Now
the
everybody
bee,
should
of
be on the
course,
same
flies
sheet of
anyway.
music. Everybody should be seeing the wheel. And you see a few names on there. I was experimenting with it. You can put pictures in there, believe it or not. You can change the colors of the wheels, but there's a couple things I need to work on.
Shout out to Dobie Tech.
I don't know if the audio is going out over YouTube or not. I doubt that
John
it's going
Williams
out
said
over
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, it's going out over YouTube, but not over Zoom.
Right, because when you share your screen, if you don't put share
Dobie
sound,
Tech said I can hear the
then
audio.
there is no audio to be heard. So if we spin it, there's all kind of music you can put behind it. I chose this one. I kind of liked it.
It seems to spin faster on YouTube than it does on Zoom.
It does seem that way. And then you can come in
Dobie
here.
Tech said I hear it.
You can remove or you can just close it, the person, depending on how you have it set up. You'll notice up here it does say Wheel of Waiting Room, Alex G.
Yeah, I want to know why my name's not capitalized, but everyone else's is.
Oh, dear Mrs. K. I talked to the editor. I have no idea why your name is not capitalized. But, however, let's try this one more time.
It's spinning faster on YouTube.
So let's try something here and see if this is going to work or not.
Wintermute said, hello, Greg Guy.
All right, we've got to narrow it down to our final two. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, look, Alex Lawson. He's gotten put into the waiting room. Doggone it. Gotta hate it when
Dobie
that
Tech
happens.
said because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Yellow, black, yellow,
All right,
black,
now I gotta-
yellow, black,
gotta
yellow,
somehow get this
black,
back to
blue,
Zoom.
black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little. Barry, breakfast is ready.
Oh my gosh. Sam and I have got to get together tonight after this stream is over. So the Wheel of Waiting Room is in the works. I don't know that I necessarily want to use it for the waiting room or not, but for tonight that seems to work perfectly fine. Thank everyone for being here. Thank you, Tony, for the $1.99 super chat earlier in the evening. I do appreciate that. Again, not to beat the dead horse, but email kstoutz00m@gmail.com to get the credentials to get on Zoom to join the madness that we like to call the after stream Zoom session. Oh, let me tell you, we let our hair down. Right, Rich?
John Williams said goodbye, Ken.
Goodbye. Good night, John. I scrolled back up, so I have no idea where we're at in chat. Oh, I do have, I can't check that because...
Dobie Tech said I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
The following people I want to thank on YouTube. Shortlist is a sexy Filipino, Suzanne Morgan, single proud mother, Alex Sheik, Dobie Tech, John Aloy Sr., good to see John, John Williams, Long Dog, Mike Wojak. I did not see Mike in chat, but he's on the list, so he had to be in chat. One Fish, Rick Lakes, Tony Wallow, and Wintermute. I Wintermute just said good night or night, so I see him in there. Also want to thank the Zoom homies who were here night in and night out. Greg, Rich, Bill, Jeff. Where's your cousin from Maryland at, Jeff?
What? Don't know.
Sam.
He's having computer problems still?
Wait till we stop the stream to say that. And, of course, Alex out of Arkansas. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night. No Doug tomorrow. Maybe no Doug Monday.